All right, how's it going, guys? This is my light adventure setup on my WR right now. I've got the Krieger OS base with two 10-litre Strata bags. Strata 7 Racing. This is just a cheapy eBay bag. I mean, it's not cheap. It's pretty good. It's lasted me so far. For $160, I think I got these two 10 litres, and I actually have a 20 litre as well that I sometimes put on the back if it's a longer trip. Like with what I did in the Mali trip I just did recently, I had these two 10s and the big 20 on the back. But this is really my sort of overnighter light adventure bike setup. So yeah, the Krieger OS base, two 10-litre Strata bags. I've got my Wolfman tank bag, and I've got my bivvy here, and that's wrapped up with a tarp. So this tarp, my bivvy is set up on top of the tarp. Helps with a little bit of the cold and the moisture, I suppose. And then I've got a yellow bag here, which is a Kathmandu survival bag, but it's really just a big plastic bag, and it's the same material as the tarp. So what I do with this big yellow bag here is, because I've got the small bivvy, all my boots and motorbike gear live in this big waterproof bag at night. So I put all my gear in that bag and just put it on the ground next to my bivvy. So in the morning, all my gear's dry, ready to go, but I just get that little bit more space in my bivvy, so I don't have to have my boots in there and especially smelling it up and things like that. But yeah, as far as that goes, that's what lives on the tail. So that's just my sleeping stuff that goes on there. I've strapped it down with two little webbings. So they've got the two clips, one on each side, and it just straps down. I've taken off my back rack. I used to have a little rear rack on here. What I've done is I've actually just cut holes in the, you can't really see here that well, but I've actually cut holes in the plastic fender, and these now just loop through the plastic fender, so I don't have to have any extra things on the back, as you can see there as well. It just straps around here and holds it down, and that's been on all day. It hasn't moved one bit. Okay, so I'm going to start with this bag first. This bag I just carry, really, I carry my food, my water, and a little bit of luxury. You know, I don't like to do it too tough, even when it's light adventure riding. But in here I've got my Helinox rip-off eBay $40 special chair. Right now I only have 2 bottles of water in here, but usually I'll also have food in here. So right now I'm not running food because I'm not actually camping. I just quickly shoved it on the bike to basically just show you guys. So yeah, but anyway, this 10 litre houses my chair, my food, and my water for an overnighter. This side I carry 2 tubes. Now these 2 tubes are standard size tubes, so you can see they pretty much take up the room of one heavy duty tube. So in the WR I run heavy duty front and rear, but I just carry the normal tubes. Now I know I can get away with a heavy duty front, that'll do both. Taking both a heavy duty front and rear just takes up so much space. So I've just opted to go with the normal rear and front and rear tube. Worst case, if I have 2 rears that go, right, I can just use the front and the rear in the back. But yeah, this is just a compromise I made with space, but also while still covering my ass, I suppose. I've got my clothes here rolled up. That's just, you know, boxes, shorts, and a t-shirt. I've then got my cooking gear. So I've got my titanium hiking pot, my gas that I use to cook. I've got a Leatherman. I've got some toilet paper, and I carry 2 I think they're also Kathmandu dry bags. Now that just, all my dirty clothes can go in the one, and all my rubbish goes in the one. And then as well as that, I have a microfiber towel. So yeah, microfiber towel, good if you want a quick shower, especially if you're somewhere where there is water and you want to go for a quick swim. It's just handy, it doesn't take up much space. Yeah, dry bags, like I said, for dirty clothes and rubbish. This, I can also put food inside to go even more lightweight or even more compact, I suppose. You can fit a whole pasta ready, one of those just add hot water pasta packets in the titanium pot itself. That's my gas. Yeah, so I've just got my clothes and then my my tubes and the Leatherman go in the top. Okay, next and last I have my tank bag. Now my tank bag, I suppose all my electronics and just the little things that no, don't mind this is just my first aid kit. I forgot to strap it to the front of my bike today. I'll leave that there. Okay. Alright, so I carry a bag here with just some of my GoPro stuff, some of my batteries, any accessories of the GoPro that I want to bring. Just sit in that little bag. I've got my headphones for when I'm on the highway. I like to listen to some music. What else have I got here? This is like my toiletry bag, I suppose, in a sense. I've got tissues, some rubber gloves, a lighter, and some earplugs, and also just a little bit of string. It's just like some random things that I just take just in case. I mean, a lighter, you always need a lighter, but the other things are just, I suppose, random stuff that I just decide to take because I think I need it. I've got an air filter sock. That's for when going into the desert and things like that, just to get a little bit more longevity out of my air filter. I've got a fuel filter sock for when you're in remote areas where there's shit fuel. I've got my electronics bag here, which has let me open it a bit better so you can see what. It's basically just got my cables in there and my head torch. So these cables in there are for my phone, my navigation, and to charge my battery, not the bike's battery, but the battery bank that I take, that I use to charge things at night. So they're there. Alright, I've got my cooker, which screws onto the gas canister. So it's really small and it just folds out. It's really compact. Yeah, nice little thing. A nice little cheap eBay one. That seems to have lasted and hasn't blown up yet in my face. I've got my, you know, the old hiking cup that expands. Got my plastic knives and forks. I've got a little bit of Velcro. You never know when you need to tie something down. And then I've got my toiletry bag here. This is my proper one. I've got my sawn off toothbrush, toothpaste, soap. I've got some extra batteries in there. And these pads are actually like pre-soaked. So all you have to do is add water and you can actually give yourself a bit of a clean. And then I've also carried just 2 new plastic buckles. The 2 new plastic buckles, I've had a few bags. I mean, all my bags have these plastic buckles on, and if one of them goes, it's a bit of a bitch to tie back up. So I just carry those as a spare, just in case. And yeah, so that all lives in there. So the only thing I'm missing today that I would usually take is my food, which I already said would go into this pannier here. But this is just a very, I mean, to be honest, this is not even a light pack. This is, you can see, I mean, I've taken a few things that I probably don't really need that much. Yeah, so that all lives up there. My 2 10-litre bags and my bivvy. The one thing I haven't shown you that I carry is my mattress. And I think that usually goes in that bag there. It's a little, small little one that, you know, you blow up. It's not the most comfortable, but in terms of compact little things, I mean, you can't beat those little blow-up mattresses. And the one I have as well also has a pillow, so I've kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone there, having a pillow and the mattress in one. Super small, lightweight, and easy to blow up. So that's the one thing, food and that mattress that I haven't packed. But yeah, I usually take those. But in I suppose like keeping with the ethos of the bike being a lightweight adventure bike, packing light as well just, you know, helps with that. So there would be no point in having this bike and then having massive pannier racks, taking a massive top box. You know, it's not really what the bike's for. And I've also gotten rid of the panniers. I used to have the Mototrek panniers, I think Australian made ones, and I got rid of them. I mean, I probably saved myself about 4 kilos of weight, and they just were very large. You know, they came off the bike a lot, obstructed the bike a lot in tight situations. But this new Kriega OS base, yeah, I'm loving it. It's great. It's so far, it's just working a treat, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. It's not the lightest. It's not a riding with Tom just with 2 little bags, but I mean, then again, he sleeps in a rubbish bin, like a plastic bag, so I need a little bit of luxury in my life. I at least need a chair, a bivvy with 10 poles, and some decent food.